Hello, future China students. School is just around the corner. Have you finished the packing for your journey to China? What can you bring? What should you leave behind? What new forms do you need to fill it out before you arrive? And what should you expect when you go through customs and check-in at your university? Today, we're going to walk you through everything you need to know. By the end of this video, you will be ready to arrive in China smoothly and start your journey as an international student with confidence. Once your visa is approved and you get your passport back, double-check all the personal information on your visa to make sure everything is correct. If everything looks good, you can go ahead and book your flight. For students entering China with an X1 student visa, make sure your arrival date falls within the permitted entry period showing on your visa. When you enter China, make sure you have these important documents with you. One important reminder, keep these documents with you throughout your journey, and most importantly, don't lose them. Most universities in China offer on-campus accommodation for new international students, but you usually need to apply and book your room in advance. Before you leave, make sure you've confirmed all the information details, including your room type, single or double room, depending on your preference, your check-in date, your contact person, and the exact address of your accommodation. If you haven't booked a room on campus, make sure to arrange your accommodation as soon as possible. For most international students, we recommend staying on campus at least during your first year. It's usually more convenient, especially when you are new to China. Now let's talk about what you should actually pack. For daily essentials, it really depends on your personal needs. Electronics. Bring your laptop, phone, and other devices you normally use. One thing you should know before coming to China is that some international websites and apps such as Google, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, X, and ChatGPT cannot be directly accessible from mainland China. So, if you rely on these services, make sure you understand your connectivity options before you arrive, so you can stay connected with the online services you normally use. And one more thing, don't forget a travel adapter. Seriously, this is one of these little things that's very easy to forget and surprisingly annoying when you need it. For stationery, honestly, just bring one pen for temporary use. You don't need to pack a whole suitcase of notebooks, pens, and other supplies. Once you arrive in China, you can simply buy everything you need locally. And the best part, you can probably get all your basic stationery for just around $3 to $5, so save that luggage space. For bedding, check with your university when you book your dorm room. Some universities provide bedding while others don't. If your university don't provide it, you may bring your own. But honestly, you don't have to carry all of that from home. If you prefer travel light, you can simply buy a bedding set after you arrive, even at a shop on or near campus. In general, around $50 to $100 should be enough for a basic set. This one really depends on where your university is located. If you're studying in southern China, you can mainly prepare summer clothes, plus a few light jackets or other layers. But if your university is in northern China, make sure you are prepared for winter. And don't forget your daily toiletries, such as. For this, there's really no need to bring full-size bottles. Just pack travel-size versions for your first few days. Once you arrive in China, you can easily buy more, and around $20 to $30 should be enough to get your basic toiletries sorted. Before you fly, remember to check the airline's official website for the latest requirements for checked baggage and carry-on luggage, including the number of pieces and weight limits. For many international flights, you can usually bring one large suitcase and one smaller carry-on bag. The typical limits are large suitcase. The total of its 3 dimensions is usually limited to 158 cm or 62 inches, with a maximum weight of 23 kg. Carry-on bag. The total dimensions are usually limited to around 115 cm or 45 inches, with a maximum weight of 7 kg. Of course, if you are flying business class or first class, your luggage allowance may be very different. So always check with your airline before you pack. As for cash, I recommend carrying around 1,000 yuan in cash, just for emergencies when you first arrive. For example, you might need some cash to buy bonding after you arrive at your university, grab a bottle of water, or get something to eat. But if you already have Alipay or WeChat Pay set up and can use mobile payments in China, you probably only need around 300 yuan in cash. It's also a good idea to bring a credit card such as a Visa or MasterCard for backup. If you need to catch another flight after entering China, make sure you leave yourself plenty of time for the transfer. For international connections, I recommend allowing at least 2 to 3 hours, especially you need to go through immigration, collect your luggage, or check in again. After you arrive, head to the transfer airlines airport counter as early as possible and complete the necessary procedures. And here's something really important. Check whether you need to connect your checked baggage and check in again. At large airports, especially those with multiple terminals, it can take some time to find your way around. If you're not sure where to go, just ask an airport staff member for help. Once you've completed your transfer procedures and confirmed your boarding gate, then you can finally sit back, relax, and take a little break. When you arrive in China, all travelers are subjected to customs inspection. If you are carrying items that need to be declared, for example, more than 1,500 ml of alcohol, more than 200 cigarettes, or more than $5,000 in cash, you will need to make a customs declaration. In that case, use the red channel, goods to declare. If you have nothing to declare, use the green channel, nothing to declare. We also have a detailed video on our other YouTube channel homepage explaining the China entry process step by step. You can find it if you want a more detailed guide. Keep all your important documents in your carry-on luggage so you can easily show them if customs officers ask to see them. You may also be asked a few basic questions at customs. Don't worry, these are all usually very straightforward, and English is commonly used when communicating with international travelers. For example, they may ask, "Why are you coming to China?" If you say you're here to study, they may also ask, "Which university are you going to? What are you going to study?" These are all routine questions. Just answer honestly and clearly, and you will be fine. There are also certain items that are not allowed to enter China, including meat, fresh fruit, and seeds. So even if you're thinking, but this is my favorite snack from home, it's better to leave it behind. For personal use, you can generally bring a reasonable amount of a common medication, such as a cold medicine, fever reducers, or allergy medicine, as long as it's for your own use and the amount is no more than what you would reasonably need for about 7 days. If you are bringing prescription medication, remember to bring your doctor's prescription or supporting medical documentation with you. And finally, now for those of you with a furry friend back home, a cat or a dog, here's the thing. Unfortunately, you cannot bring them along. Most universities in China don't allow students to keep pets on campus, so for now, you'll just have to make a few more video calls to check in on them from China. They'll miss you. Once you arrive, follow the signs and get in line for immigration. But before you reach the immigration counter, there's one important thing you need to pay attention. China's arrival card has now moved online. You can complete it up to 3 days before your arrival through the official website or by scanning the official QR code. As for how to fill it out and exactly what information you need to provide, we have another video on this channel that walks you through the entire process step by step. So here's the bottom line. If you enter in China, you need to complete the arrival card. Fill it out in advance means that once you arrive at the airport, you can go straight to the immigration line instead of spending extra time filling out forms at the airport. It can save you quite a bit of time during the entry process. If you are still confused about anything, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll do my best to help you out. After you clear immigration, follow the signs to baggage claim. Check the airport screens or information boards to find the carousel assigned to your flight. Then simply collect your luggage from the carousel. Before you walk away, double-check your baggage tag or tag number. A lot of suitcases look almost exactly the same, so make sure you are taking your own bag, not someone else's. If you cannot find your luggage, don't panic. Take your boarding pass and baggage claim tag to the baggage service counter and ask the staff to help you locate it. If your luggage still cannot be found, you'll need to file a baggage loss report. Make sure you keep a record of the airport's service phone number as well, so you can follow up later. Once you've collected your luggage and officially entered China, there's one last thing: get into a university. Some universities offer airport pickup services for new international students, but you usually need to book this service in advance. So make sure you check with your university before you arrive. If your university doesn't provide airport pickup, you can simply take a taxi to your campus. Depending on the airport and the distance, the cost is usually around 200 yuan. Once you arrive at your university, head to the International Students Office with your passport and JW201 or JW202 form to complete your registration. On registration day, there will usually be staff members available to guide you to the check-in area. During registration, make sure to provide your dorm address and phone number. You can also ask the staff for information about your class schedule and course registration. And don't forget to attend your university's orientation program. It's a great opportunity to get familiar with the campus, meet other international students, and learn how everything works. Now that you're officially a student in China, here are a few things you should keep in mind. First, attendance. Unless you have a valid reason, make sure you attend your classes regularly. If you are feeling unwell, contact your course instructor as soon as possible and let them know what's going on. And if necessary, seek medical attention promptly. Your student insurance will usually cover around 85% of eligible medical expenses, and some plans may even cover 100%, depending on your policy. So make sure you understand what your insurance covers. Here's another question many students ask: can I get a part-time job while studying in China? The answer is you cannot simply start working during your first year. For eligible students, part-time work or internships may be possible later on, but there are usually requirements regarding on your study status and academic performance, and the specific rules can be varied from one university to another. So before taking any job, always check with your university first and make sure you have the required approval. And yes, let's talk about AI. Different universities and professors have very different policies when it comes to using AI. Some may encourage students to learn how to use AI responsibly and effectively. Some may consider certain types of AI-generated work academic misconduct or cheating. So before you use a ChatGPT or another AI tool for an assignment, always check your professor's or course's policy first. When in doubt, just ask. Better to ask once, then explain later. All Chinese universities have on-campus dining halls, and you'll usually find a variety of different cuisines and dishes. A typical meal might cost around 20 to 30 yuan. See you in China. That's our pre-departure guide for international students coming to study in China. We hope this video helps you prepare for your journey and makes your first few days in China a little easier. We're not done yet. In our next video, we'll talk about how to get a Chinese SIM card and how to open a bank account, how to choose a mobile carrier, and which phone plans might be right for you. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. See you next time. Bye.